why I can eat bread in Spain and in Greece, Italy.
About 200 years ago, we started stripping the bran and germ, or the fiber and nutrients, to make flour shelf stable, also nutritionally dead. Because the nutrients were gone, we enriched it with folic acid, which a large majority of the population can't even metabolize. Therefore, many people experience fatigue, anxiety, hyperactivity, and inflammation.
All right, so folic acid in bread. How much should you give a fuck about this out of 10?
He said we add folic acid to bread, which the majority of the population can't even metabolize. And this causes fatigue, anxiety, hyperactivity, and inflammation. And you guessed it, that was a load of crap.
Firstly, folic acid is added to flour and bread in countries like America, US, and Canada, but not most of Europe. And it's added to prevent neural tube defects in babies. And this has mainly worked. It's reduced those defects to around 30 to 50%. So folic acid is a synthetic version of folate, which you get from food. And we have to convert that into this usable form, 5-MTHFR. And around 40% of people have this gene mutation, which makes that conversion ineffective. And this can lead to a buildup of unmetabolized folic acid in the bloodstream.
Lastly, there is no scientific evidence that folic acid causes fatigue, anxiety, hyperactivity, or inflammation. He pulled that claim right out of his anal cavity.
Alright, there is no quality studies showing that it can cause fatigue or anxiety, but there definitely is for inflammation. Unmetabolized folic acid is linked to blunted immune function via a lower level of natural killer cell activity, which will weaken your defense against infections. It can disrupt your immune signaling by lower levels of key inflammatory cytokines, which may sound good, but it would mean your immune system isn't going to respond as it should be. And we see in older adults, when combined with low levels of vitamin B12, it's linked to nerve damage and cognitive decline. So to find out if you have the MTHFR gene mutation, you'll need to get a blood test. And if you have it, you can simply supplement with a methylated folate and simply focus on folate-rich foods like these above. So how much should you give a fuck about this? If you don't have the mutation, 2 out of 10. But if you have the mutation, I'd say 7 out of 10.